Good evening and welcome to the Academy Theater Radio Hour. I'm Corbett Burek, your host and the director of The Pandemic Productions, a series of exciting radio shows brought to you by the Advanced Drama Class of 2020, a group of actors who wouldn't let a pandemic stop them from making good drama. Tonight, the Academy Theater Radio Hour brings you those iconic comic book heroes, Superman, Batman, and Robin, as they kapow, bang, zowie through the never-ending battle for truth and justice. This is Superman in Batman's Great Mystery.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with amazing physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, wages a never-ending battle for truth and justice. Today, with Superman unaware of their predicament, the ne'er-do-well Mr. Jones points a gun at Batman and Robin, who are chained to the wall in an ancient prison barracks.
Any last requests, gentlemen?
Yeah, Mr. Jones, I'd like to see you drop dead.
Amen to that.
That is just what I'm about to arrange for you to do, right now!
And now, the adventures of Superman. Well, a man who called himself Mr. Jones held the famous Batman prisoner. Another man impersonated Superman's friend, and after making a series of un-American public speeches, led Robin, Batman's young companion, into an ambush. Meanwhile, Superman had discovered a recording of the mysterious Mr. Jones's voice, which Batman had left behind him. Certain that Jones was an alias for some professional rabble-rouser, he had duplicates of the recording made and arranged for them to be broadcast over radio stations throughout the country, offering $10,000 to whoever could identify the man who called himself Jones. As we continue now, Superman, in his guise of reporter Clark Kent, has been notified that a woman who claimed she can identify Jones's voice had arrived at the Daily Planet radio station. At the station, Kent is directed to the manager's office, where a middle-aged, weather-beaten woman with shrewd, faded blue eyes sits on the edge of a chair, a battered old hat on her knees. Hello, my name is Kent. Clark Kent.
Oh, how do you do? Mine's Hemple. Well, my Hemple.
Mrs. Hemple, I understand you can identify the man whose voice we've been broadcasting?
Yup.
Wonderful. Who is he?
Not so fast, young man. Fella said on the radio I get $10,000 if I tell you who belonged to that voice.
Well, that's right.
So I ain't saying nothing till I see the money.
But you'll get the money, Mrs. Hemple. After all, the offer is made by the Daily Planet, the largest newspaper in Metropolis, and will pay off. Just tell me who owns that voice so I can go after him. There are 2 lives at stake, and we haven't...
Well, maybe so, but I want to see that money.
No maybes about it, believe me. Now, if you really know whose voice that is on the recording, in the name of heaven, please tell me.
Like I said before, young feller, I'll tell you when I see the $10,000.
But, great Scott,
Oh, do you no good to get hot under the collar neither. I know my rights.
All right, you stay right here. I'll go down to the cashier and have a check drawn. Okay, Mrs. Hemple, here's the check drawn to your order.
Fine. Let's have it.
No. I'll hold it if you don't mind until you've identified the voice, if you can.
I can! Fella who owns that voice is Mort Veeler. Now give me the check.
Now, just a minute. Who's Mort Veeler?
Fella rides around out in the country making speeches, egging what he calls foreigners, and saying for us not to send help to the starving folks in Europe.
Great Scott! I think you've hit it. That's the man I heard once way up in Maine. Yes, I can recall now. It is his voice on the recording.
Sure it is. Give me my check.
Here you are, Mrs. Hemple.
Much obliged. Easiest money I ever made in my life.
Wait a minute. Tell me, do you know where this Mort Veeler is now?
Did it say on the radio I had to say that?
No, you don't, but I've got to find this man quickly, because he's holding a man and a boy prisoners. Matter of fact, it may be already too late to save their lives.
Is that a fact? Say, maybe I can add that.
So you know where he is.
Well, don't know for sure, but this Veeler, he's got some kind of society.
Yes?
Calls it, no help for Europe, or nothing for foreigners. I don't recollect just exactly what.
That's very important. Please try to remember.
Can't seem to. Never pay no attention on account I don't hold with fellers like him. They're always trying to stir up bad feelings. It ain't good.
You're quite right. Now, if you can remember the name of his outfit, I can trace him and then...
Yeah, but I can't. Come to think of it, though, the name and the address, too, is on his envelopes.
Wonderful. Do you have one of them?
Yeah, seems to me I should have. Always keep envelopes to figure my taxes on. Saves buying paper.
Good. Can you let me have one of them straight away?
Well, they're home, up on my farm. It's just below Mayfield, about 90 miles upstate.
Oh, only 90 miles. We can be there in a minute or two. Come on, Mrs. Hemple.
Be there in a minute or two. Do you know what you're saying, young fella?
Huh? Oh, well, that is, look, Mrs. Hemple. You've had a Superman, haven't you?
Yep, sure have.
Well, he's a friend of the people whom Mort Veeler abducted, and he's here in this building right now.
Yeah? Where? Hey, you're joking.
No, I am not. You wait right here. I'll see that Superman joins you in a few seconds. Hello, Mrs. Hemple.
Who'd be you?
I'm Superman. You ready for a quick trip up to your farm?
You really Superman?
I certainly am. I'll just open this window.
Well, I'll be.
There we are. Now up with you, Mrs. Hemple.
Hey, wait! Put me down. What you aiming to do?
Now come on, don't be frightened. Up and away! Have you found that envelope yet, Mrs. Hemple?
Nope. Can't seem to lay my hand on them Mort Veeler things, Superman. Must have thrown them away.
But you said they were here, in your house.
They was. I know, 'cause I've been scribbling on them.
I'll help you look. We must find them, Mrs. Hemple. We must. As Superman and Farmer Hemple search for the envelopes bearing Mort Veeler's address, Veeler himself, in his alias, Mr. Jones, stands in the ancient prison block where Batman and Robin are chained by leg shackles to the wall. Pointing a revolver at them, he smiles sardonically.
Once again, gentlemen, I'll ask you, any last requests?
Yes, Jones, I have.
Really? What is it, Batman?
I'd like a last cigarette.
A cigarette?
Since when do you smoke, Batman?
Well, I don't much, but in a tight spot, I sort of like a cigarette.
You do, huh? Well, I don't know.
Now look, Jones, you took my name, my fortune, and now you're gonna take my life. A last cigarette isn't too much to ask in return, is it?
Under the circumstances, yes. I think you are entitled to a last cigarette.
Thanks. Would you give me one, please?
I have none because I only smoke cigars. But I know some of the boys have cigarettes. I'll send one in and I'll give you 10 minutes to enjoy it. Then, well, you know what happens then.
Yes. Yes, I know.
I'll see you both again in exactly 10 minutes.
Look, Batman. What was the idea of asking for a cigarette? You never smoke.
Now wake up, Robin. Jones said he's gonna send somebody in here, didn't he?
Yeah? So what?
So, we're gonna make a last stab for our lives, that's what.
How? What good is...
I'm gonna try and coax Jones' playmate close enough for us to grab him. Then I'll take his gun and shoot our chains off and then...
And then we go to town. Oh boy, Batman.
Quiet, quiet. Don't let him hear you. This is a long chance and... Shh, shh, get ready. Here comes somebody.
Straining tensely against their chains, Batman and Robin stare toward the door at the end of the long, low room through which a burly man is advancing, a package of cigarettes in a huge, ham-like hand.
Hey, he's pretty big, Batman.
Bigger they are, Robin, the harder they'll fall. Now, get set. You got a cigarette for me, buddy?
Yeah. Here's one. Catch.
Thanks. Match?
I'll throw you one. Here.
Ah, shucks. I missed it. Look, I can't quite reach the matches, buddy. Would you mind picking them up for me, please?
Okay.
Now, Robin. Oh, I got my hand over his mouth.
I've got his feet. Put him to sleep, Batman.
Excellent idea. Good night, sweetheart. There. That does it. Quick. Now help me go through his pockets for his gun.
Hey, I can't find his gun.
Neither can I.
What's going on in here?
Uh-oh. It's Jonesy. What'll we do?
Well, there's nothing we can do now, Robin. This is it.
What are you two up to, huh?
Don't mind us, Jonesy. We're just, playing patty cake with your gorilla.
Really? Well, you won't play any more games, because I'm gonna take care of you both right now.
Well, here it comes, Batman.
Quick, Robin. Drop to the floor behind Jones' pal.
What gives, Batman?
Leave this to me.
Say, what are you two up to now?
Drop your gun, Jones. I've got you covered.
What? Don't make me laugh, Batman.
This is no joke. I've got your gorilla's gun.
What?
You heard me, Jones. Now drop your gun, or I'll shoot.
Help!
Stop, Jones. Stop, or I'll shoot.
Why, he's gone, Batman. He fell for the old shell game.
Sure, he's yellow. I never knew a rabble-rouser that wasn't. He'll probably come back with reinforcements.
Oh, here he comes, Batman.
Stand back! The first guy who pokes his head in here gets a bullet in his head!
Oh no!
See that, Robin?
They duck back like rats in their holes. But now what, Batman? We won't be able to fool them forever.
Yeah, I know. Up on your feet, chum, come on! We've got to make another try to snap these chains.
Are you kidding? We've already tried for hours.
I know, but we've got to try again. Now, come on. Put your foot against the wall and then throw yourself backward.
Okay. It's no use, Batman. They won't break.
No, I guess you're right, Robin. We're not getting any place.
I wonder what our friend Jonesy is up to now.
Oh, something rotten. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. Hey, wait. What's that?
What?
Do you smell smoke?
Gee whiz, yes!
Yeah. And now I hear something burning too. Listen.
Holy smokes! This joint's on fire!
Batman and Robin, if it gets too hot in there, call up the fire department.
Batman! Jones set this place on fire to finish us!
Right, Robin. Yes. It looks as if we've jumped right out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Coughing as the smoke begins to swirl through the long, low room, Batman and Robin realize that their final, desperate ruse has now also ended in failure. Meanwhile, in the farmhouse of Wilma Hemple, where papers are strewn all over the floor, Superman and Hemple have been unable to locate the envelopes bearing the name and address of Mort Veeler, alias Mr. Jones. You said you were sure those envelopes were here, Mrs. Hemple.
Well, they was, Superman. Like I told you, Veeler sent him, asking for contributions to his no-good society.
Well then, where are they?
It's me. All I can think is maybe me or my husband threw them out.
Oh, great Scott, what'll I do? I've got to find Jones's, Veeler's address, because I'm sure he's holding Batman and Robin someplace.
I sure wish I could help you, Superman.
Wait, Mrs. Hemple, you say this man Veeler goes around the countryside making speeches and trying to get support for his Let Europe Starve campaign?
Yep. Then he sends letters to the people who heard him speak, asking for money.
Well, if he's spoken around here and sent you letters, he must have sent letters to some of your neighbors, too.
Why, sure. I was speaking to Sam Hoffmeyer just the other day about it. Sam says she got a letter, too, but, well,
Where does Hoffmeyer live?
Her farm's just the other side of Mayfield on the turnpike.
Good, then I'll find her. See you later, Mrs. Hemple, and thanks for your help. Up, up, and away! Mrs. Hemple said you got a letter from this man, Mort Veeler, to Mrs. Hoffmeyer, asking you to contribute to his un-American campaign.
Yup, I did, Superman.
Well, tell me, have you got it?
But he won't get no money from me.
No, but I
always say we gotta help them poor folks over there.
Yes, of course we do. But, what about the letter? Do you still have it?
Let's see. I reckon so.
Will you show it to me, please? It'll give me Veeler's address, and then I can...
Hold on. Seems to me I seen it over here in the fruit bowl.
Oh?
Yeah, usually we keep, letters and papers and debts in here.
Well, is it there?
Nope. Don't seem to be in here now.
Well, that's just great. Now how will I find Veeler?
Now, wait a minute. I kinda recollect taking it upstairs to Joe the other day. Yeah, that's my husband. He's been ailing sometimes, so I took him up whatever letters and papers was around for him to pass the time.
Oh, yes, well, of course. Will you please see if the letter is upstairs, Mrs. Hoffmeyer?
Yup. I'll go right up now. You just wait here.
I will, but hurry, please. Every second counts. Anxiously, Superman waits for Sam Hoffmeyer to seek out the precious letter from rabble-rouser Mort Veeler, alias Mr. Jones. Meanwhile, the ancient prison barracks blaze furiously in the vast, desolate countryside, as Batman and Robin, chained in the center of the burning structure, lay helpless. What will happen? We'll be back in a moment for the dramatic climax of today's episode, so keep on listening.
And now a word from our pandemic production sponsors.
Failing stuck at home, tired of quarantine, sick of having no way to protect yourself from the outside world. Well, fear no more. Super Sanitizer is here to save the day. The only hand sanitizer that can keep all of the evil villainous germs away from you and your loved one. Only Super Sanitizer ensures that you are safe from germs and kryptonite. Call now and get your second bottle free. But wait, there's more! If you purchase Super Sanitizer in the next 30 minutes, your bottle will be hand-delivered by Superman himself.
Side effects may include dizziness, drowsiness, dry mouth, headache, insomnia, fever, fatigue, chills, cough, or muscle pains. Try Super Sanitizer today.
And now we return to the Academy Theater Radio Hour's production of Superman, Batman's Great Mystery.
In the desolate countryside, the twilight sky for miles around is illuminated by the glare of a raging fire that is making an inferno of the ancient prison barracks which dates back to the time of the Revolution. Outside the blazing wooden structure, a half dozen of Mr. Jones's followers stand, watching in awe. While to one side, smiling broadly, the rabble-rouser stands with Ed, the man who is trained to impersonate Batman.
Well, Ed, that's the end of Batman and Robin. It's a tough way to go out, Mr. Veeler. Huh? Feel sorry for 'em, do ya? Well, kind of. Well, you'll get over it when we start spending Batman's money. Ed, what's the matter? Where are the suitcases? What suitcases? The ones with Batman's money. Why, I thought you brought them out. I thought you did. Holy smokes!
And at that moment, having finally learned the address of Jones's headquarters, Superman streaks through the sky towards the blazing barracks, then plummets down into the mass of blazing, collapsing wreckage where he finds Batman and Robin, who lie unmoving. Batman! Robin! Oh no, they're unconscious and chained. Hey, that roof's gonna fall in any second. I'd better rip these chains out of the wall. Oh, got them. There, now I'll just wrap my cape around these two like this. Uh-oh, here comes that roof. Swiftly covering his unconscious friends with his brilliant red cape, Superman stands above them, shielding them as the blazing roof plunges down with a roar upon his head and shoulders. Then, up and away! Unharmed, the Man of Steel shrugs the burning timbers from his shoulders and, protecting the two limp figures in his arms, leaps from the inferno high into the clear, cool sky, looking like a gigantic phoenix, the fabulous Firebird. Then, surveying the awesome scene below for an instant, Superman veers and streaks away to the south, bound for Metropolis. A short time later, in the house they occupy as Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, Batman and Robin have been seen and pronounced fit by their doctor. Now, after showers and a change into fresh clothes, they're in their kitchen with Superman, who has resumed his guise of Clark Kent. Bruce is making a third round of sandwiches, and Dick is pouring a second bottle of milk. Say, that was good eating. I must have been hungrier than I thought.
Well, good. I'll fix some more sandwiches.
No, don't make any more for me, Bruce. I'm full.
Keep working, Bruce. I'll eat Mr. Kent's share.
Okay, Dick. If you can take it, I can dish it up.
Where do you put all that food anyways, Dick?
I'm a growing boy, didn't you know? Or maybe the fire gave me an appetite.
Don't remind me of that. For once, I really thought we were done for.
Yeah, me too. And we would have been if not for Superman.
Hey, that reminds me. I didn't thank you, Clark.
Forget it, Bruce.
Huh? What are you thanking him for?
Well, that's a fine question to ask, Dick. Didn't Clark find and identify that recording of Jones' voice I left behind?
Oh, that's right. And then he turned over the information to Superman, huh?
Well, that's about right. Hey, Clark?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like, yeah, that's good.
Hey, what are you two laughing about?
Who? Me?
Yes, you. There's something going on that I don't know about. Now what gives?
Well...
Maybe we'll tell you some other time.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, come on! Tell me now!
No can do, sonny boy, so forget it. Now,
Well, maybe I can guess.
Don't bother, Dick.
Forget it, I said. Now, look, Clark. Jones, or Mort Veeler, I mean, and my impersonator are really done for, aren't they?
Yep, they'll never pull another rascally trick in this world, Bruce.
Well, I hate to say it, but they had it coming to them.
They sure did! They weren't only thieves and murderers, but rabble-rousers who tried to turn people against each other, which is worse.
Yes, they were the worst kind of rabble-rousers, Dick. You know, Jones had a printing press in that old prison barracks in which he used to print all of his propaganda to mail out all over the country.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was a nice guy, all right.
Say, that reminds me. Anybody got a newspaper?
Why?
I want to look at all the want ads. With all our money burned up in the fire, we'll have to get jobs.
You and Bruce have jobs, Dick. Your job is to bat against crooks and rabble-rousers.
Oh, we do that for free. And for fun. And I'm spoiled. I like to eat 3 square meals a day.
Well, from what I've seen this evening, you like to eat 4 or 5.
Well, don't worry, Dick. You'll keep on eating. Clark tells me that Veeler and my impersonator needn't have gone back into the fire for the securities they stole from me because one of their men had brought the suitcases out.
Pretty ironic, huh?
Yeah, but good.
And when Superman went back there after bringing us here this evening, he picked up our little nest egg and the followers of the late Mr. Jones Veeler, who were starting for places unknown.
Ho ho! Well, isn't that nice? That's Superman. You know, he's a lad after my own heart.
And mine.
Holy smokes!
What's the matter, Clark?
Oh, a fine newspaper reporter I am. Here, I've got a big scoop, but instead of rushing into the Daily Planet, I sit here idly playing twiddlywinks with you guys.
Hey, wait a minute.
Out of my way, pal. I've got to fly. And I do mean fly. So long, chums.
So long, Mr. Kent. And thanks!
Yeah. Thanks, and, happy landings, Clark.
Call me anytime. So long. Hurrying from Batman and Robin's house, Clark Kent pauses in the shadows to resume his true identity of Superman. Then, up and away! The Man of Steel takes again to the airways and streaks across the tall skyscrapers and broad avenues of the city to the Daily Planet, where he meets head-on with a startling surprise. Back at the Metropolis Daily Planet in his disguise as Clark Kent, mild-mannered and bespectacled reporter, Superman typed the amazing story of Mort Veeler versus Batman and Robin. Then, ripping the last page of the story from his typewriter, he strode to his office door and threw it open on the bustling city room. Can I get a copy? Copygirl, please.
Coming up, Mr. Kent.
Come on, Beanie, step on it, would you?
Yes, sir. Got something hot, Mr. Kent.
Oh, I got a scoop for page 1, that's all.
A scoop, huh? What?
Yes, but at the rate you're traveling, it'll be ancient history by the time you get it to the city editor's desk.
Well, gosh.
All right, never mind the conversation. Now, here, Beanie, please take this to Mr. Burrows and shift it in the high gear, would you please?
Yes, sir, I'm on my way.
Ah, what a kid. Oh, wow, what a day. Even I could go for a bit of relaxing right now. Ah, and there's my phone. Now what? Hello?
Hello? Kent?
Yes, who's this?
This is Candy Meyers.
Well, hello, Candy. Hey, how's the private detective business?
It's running me into the ground, chum.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I need your help, but bad.
Oh, now look, what would a super sleuth need me for?
No, please, Kent! Don't make with the quiz games!
Why, what's the matter?
I wouldn't be calling you all the way from England just for a gag.
England?
Yeah, London, England. And if you don't get here to give me a hand soon, I'll be pushing up English daisies into a British potter's field.
It sounds serious, Candy.
It is serious! What's more, it's a terrific story for you.
Well, just tell me where I can find you, and I'll see you before you can say tea and crumpets.
I'm staying at the 3 George Hotel in London.
That's all I need to know, Candy. So long, I'll see you soon. Replacing the phone, Clark Kent leaps across his office and turns the lock on his door. Then, stripping off his business suit and spectacles, he reveals once more that he is dressed in the skin-tight blue costume and crimson cape of Superman. Up, up, and away! Leaping high through his office window, Superman veers to the east and, straightening out like a great red and blue arrow, hurtles across the city and out over the broad Atlantic Ocean, bound for London, England, and Candy Meyers. What is the terrific story in which Superman's private detective friend is involved, and in which she requires Superman's help? It is a terrific story, boys and girls, just as Candy promised.
Thank you to the cast and crew of Superman, Batman's Great Mystery. What an exciting adventure to remind us that this world needs us to fight for truth and justice, just like a superhero would. Tune in next time for another pandemic production. And from all of us at the Academy Theater Radio Hour, thank you for listening, and good night.